Assalamu alaikum. So Google just launched their Gemini 3 model. So we're gonna be testing that against Claude 4.5 Sonnet and ChatGPT Codex. So we're going to be testing Gemini in Google's new IDE called Antigravity, and the other two we will run that in GitHub Copilot. So first let's start by downloading Antigravity. So the download is complete, and now we're just going to open the DMG and drag it in our applications folder. So let's open antigravity. I'm gonna allow because my project files are in downloads. I'm gonna go with dark mode. Definitely agent assistant development. So now we have to sign in with Google. So I'm not gonna allow that. So now let's open our target folder. So now we're going to be giving the same prompt to the three models we're going to test out. The prompt is going to be building a website for an agro farm. The website will be sleek, modern, minimalist with nice color palettes and a good UI and UX. So let's start the prompt. This is Sonnet and this is GPT 5.1 Codex. So Codex is already finished. Claude's still working, Gemini is still working. So Claude has right now just finished. So we're gonna be checking all the websites after Gemini has finished. So Gemini 3 has just faced an error, so we will try to figure out what that error is and get back to the production and finish and check which website was the best. So yeah, Gemini's, I think it's running. Let's check it out. I think the problem was something else. So it's only showing the white logo, but the project itself is not loading. So I have to go to Gemini again, check what's the problem. So it got terminated again, but let's see if it was able to build something. So we're gonna again npm run dev and go to Chrome, go to localhost 5173. Oh, it was able to build the website. It's nice. So now let's check out the other two websites built by Claude and GPT-5.1 Codex. But the thing I liked about Gemini was it made a Node.js project without me even asking. But the Claude and GPT 5.1 Codex made a simple HTML file. But this could be helpful when we don't want to complicate things and just want a very minimal project. So it's a very niche and specific case where it might be helpful, but the Node.js is helpful if you want a scalable product. Now let's check the website made by GPT 5.1 Codex and Claude Sonnet 4.5. So you can easily open the HTML file and check the website, but I will be using Python to serve the HTML file. I'll do that because I want to check from my phone how it looks and how responsive it is. So that's on port 800, and this one I have to mention the port, different ports, because if I don't mention it, it will try to run at 800 and it will fail. Let's go with 899. So now let's go to Chrome. Whoa, that's really good. So this one's made by GPT 5.1 Codex. Really nice. Now let's see Claude's product. This is also really good. And see the images. So I think it's using emoji, not images. So Codex has not used any image or even emoji. So in some projects I have seen that they kind of use public URL images, public URL of images that are related to this. And you know, if there are images, it kind of looks better. So now we'll check the functionality of all of the websites. Let's start with Claude. So yeah, it's smooth and there are good transitions. Now let's check the functionality of Codex, how it responds to button clicks. I think it's okay. Let's see Gemini's one. I think it would have looked good if there are more images. There are some little emojis. But yeah, it's basic, not that bad. Let's see how each of the websites look on my phone. This is the website made by Claude, and so it's good, it's responsive. The size has adjusted to the screen. And this is the one made by Codex 5.1. So the thing about Codex, it's very modern, it's really nice. But the website made by Gemini is not working because I think we have to edit the white config file because it is stopping incoming connection, and the index.html are simple files, and when I'm using Python to serve those files, it can connect and there is no problem with that. But I think I have to edit the white config file in the project made by Gemini, so I'll be doing that and retrying to connect. So let's ask Gemini 3. So now let's try to connect from my phone. So it's still not working, so I have to fix it again. Oh, I think the problem is he told me to restart, but I didn't restart. So yeah, let's try now. I think it looks better on the phone than the computer. So I think GPT 5.1 Codex was the best, both on phone and desktop. And for desktop, I think Claude 4.5 Sonnet was better than Gemini. It appealed to me more. But for phone, I think Gemini's one was better. It looked better on a phone screen than the Claude. When you're trying to build a production level software or a website, a lot of things matter. So the front end design is just the tip of the iceberg. A lot of work needs to be done in the back end. So in my previous projects that I have done, I have seen that Claude 4.5 Sonnet is better in the backend. So I'm going to be doing another video comparing the three Gemini 3 Pro, Codex 5.1 and Claude 4.5 Sonnet. In that I'm going to be coding in low level languages like C, and I'm going to do some backend projects. So if you like this video, keep following for more. Thank you for watching.